Hey everyone, this is a test to see if I can stream this through not just YouTube but also to my Patreon page. Let me check. Is that working? Let's see. I don't know. Let me see. So excuse the, let's see, share. Okay, so let me see if I can. I have actually had this problem since last year when I started this. I wanted to do a streaming cast from Kyoto. Oh my god, it's working. Holy shit. Okay, so it is working. Check it out. Alright, okay. 皆さん、こんにちは。今日は面白い日です。ホノルルの COVID-19、COVID-19 のバイキングです。My Japanese brain is pretty slow. I have a Japanese interview on Wednesday to replace the lovely Instacart job that I currently have. Instacart is a very interesting job because I basically go back and forth from Sam's Club and Costco to people's houses using my own car. But if I do basically 1 or 2 casual jobs a day at any time that I want, which is convenient to me, between the hours of like 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., I can basically have the option to make $30 to $40 every day and pay for my car payments. And it's not easy work because you have to carry 50 pounds and oh my god, see we have a bird problem. So when birds fly in carrying COVID-19 virus on their fucking what's that called? On their feet? What do birds have? Birds have claws. Today is Sunday, but it doesn't even feel like a Sunday. It is a very scary time in the world, I believe, because of this new virus that has hit the world and spread very rapidly. So everybody's sort of waiting to see how it affects the economy. Everything has a ripple effect. Everything affects everything. And I have just been able to experience some prosperity, so I'm feeling a little bit worried. But our daily assignment is to stay in love and not fear. And every day we can choose fear or love. And it sounds really simplistic, but it's totally true. And hopefully you don't even have to think about it. You just default to love. Before you used to just default to fear. And now I'm happy to say I have to shoot these. The bird doesn't even listen to me. Even if I throw shit. Like I threw a slipper. I used to have a water gun. I used to shoot it with a water gun. Birds do not give a fuck. Just like the People's Republic of China doesn't give a fuck. I saw, like everybody else, frightening footage of the Chinese government pulling people out of their houses and sealing the disease in to their houses so they would not leave their homes. We are watching news of docked cruise ships in the San Francisco Bay in Japan. These are places that I have called my home. I've lived in. I've loved people there. San Francisco. And you take is just such a weird turn of events. Like just because I happen to be now living in, I'm no longer in the education industry, so my income depends on delivering groceries and stripping it, and also cooking. And I Instagram a little bit, but I realized that I spend about 15 hours a day on Facebook, and that Facebook, social media has been sort of sold to us as like what we need to do in order to be prosperous financially. what we need to do as artists, as coaches, as anyone who wants to be anyone. We must learn this formula for success. And I just was not doing very good at it. And I just didn't like having everybody witness my vulnerability anymore. And I just wasn't getting the results that I did out of the events that I produced, out of the, I'm just looking to change the course of my life. And basically, if you want to change the course of your life, you basically change the course of your life. And I'm constantly doing that, from moving from California to Japan, from moving from Japan to Hawaii. I'm moving again next week from Honolulu to Ewa Beach, a different part of the island, because instead of this one big room, I'll have 2 rooms and a kitchen. And I'm a big fan of space, and that gives me the option to have a roommate if I need to, because paying $1,300 a month has been very painful. So if my rent is $1,100 and occasionally I'll be able to make some income, like renting my car, I'll be able to rent out space, bed space. I want to be a homestay for Japanese international students. However, everything because of this virus has been canceled in the education industry. So really, really grateful that I'm in Hawaii right now, because if I was an English teacher in Japan, I would be without an income. And it would be devastating. It would be hard. And at that time, it wasn't accepted or, chosen to be part of Mizutobai, to be part of the stripping and hostessing. I didn't have another income. So I always find a way. But it's so interesting that I'm not in Japan right now, and I happen to be in a safe zone, and how just little shifts in your thinking, in your path, can drastically change whether you survive an epidemic or not. So that's very interesting. I am postponing my trip to Japan because I think that they still require you to be quarantined if you've come from Asia. And because this virus is spreading at its apex right now, so I wouldn't be interested in traveling on any public vessels or in being in any airports, or certainly not Tokyo immigration. So it's a good excuse to just chillax and see what happens. I am really invested in spending time on my Vita artifacts line, trying to sell my art. I'm going to a party after this to serve on my artifacts platter blueberries and cream at this pool party. Try and sell my art again. I have artifacts to sell because I will not be fulfilled until I make money. I would like to make a living, a good, decent living off of selling my art, skill, my artifacts, and my visual and performance art. I will not rest. I will not feel fulfilled until I make money off of my art. Going to Japan was one piece of fulfillment that was huge for me. I'm staying away from social media because I'm going through a huge healing right now. Really, really looking inward, looking deep at my life, trying to shine a light that hasn't been shined in places. Looking at my codependent relationships, to work, to Facebook, to everything. Looking at my relationship to money and prosperity and success. I'm really, really trying to anchor down to make myself the best I can be so that I can have a coaching business. Because if I am not empowered and feeling good, then I am useless to the client. But what I've found is lately I've really been healing this codependency wound with clients and seeing a lot of male clients become very attached romantically to me. And it's usually the other way around. So it's really interesting to have the tables turn and be able to see the intoxicated state that love chemicals can do to a person, and see that I can resist them and the new client cannot, just like, horniness and blue balls and all that stuff are hard to overcome at first. So I'm entering a new stage of my artwork and my I didn't really see myself as a sex worker until I started stripping in Hawaii, and stripping is definitely sex work. And it's very interesting to be straddling, no pun intended, both worlds of sex work and light work. Um, and being this person who is like this yin and yang. So, Patreon is going to be updated more regularly, and if you want to leave me notes and messages of what you'd like to see, this is pretty much one of the few ways that I'm expressing myself, because it is actually all energy, everything that I put out. So I am staying away from Facebook and Instagram more, and seeing that I discovered Vita. I discovered how to make a artifact line, which has been a lifelong dream for me to have my artwork on purses and scarves and things. So check out that link and buy some of my art, and I get credit to make more. So if you are really, really taking your patronage to a next level and you want some cool artwork, which I've been doing this kind of stuff for over 20 years. So I'm really proud of that, actually, that I've grown with the technology. And I hope to continue to grow late into my 60s and 70s, my 90s, and be one of those cool old people. And I hope that you will still be a patron at that time too. I am off to a naked pool party. I hope that you stay well. Namaste.